short video presentation on rationalizing the denominator, part 2. Before, when we rationalized the denominator was always a monomial. There was only one term. Now we look at this, we have two terms, a binomial. I'm going to write something down. Don't write this down, but this is what we did in the past, and it's not going to work this time, but we'll look at why it won't. If I multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2, in the denominator, I get, as I distribute, square root of 2 times 5, and I get 3 times square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. I end up with 5 square root of 2 minus 6. And that's not going to work because we still have a radical in the denominator. We've just switched it from the second term to the first term. So let's see if we can figure out what to do. All right, if you remember from last night's or yesterday's homework, the first 4 problems we multiplied conjugates. The conjugate, okay, I always forget how to spell it. Conjugate. All right, basically the conjugate has the same terms, but opposite operation. So if my binomial is 5 plus 3 square root of 2, the conjugate is 5 minus 3 square root of 2. And if my term is 5 minus, the conjugate is 5 plus. So we're going to multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate. 5 plus 3 square root of 2, 5 plus 3 square root of 2. And when we do that, we distribute the top. 3 times 5, 15, plus 3 times 3, 9 square root of 2, over, and now we FOIL. 5 times 5 is 25. Let's switch the color here. 5 times 3 is 15, so it's plus 15 square root of 2 minus 3 times 5, 15 square root of 2, and then the last one is minus 3 square root of 2 times plus 3 square root of 2 is minus 9. And square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. So we have 9 times 2. Notice that the 15 square root of 2 and minus 15 square root of 2 will cancel out. They will always cancel out, and we're left with 15 plus 9 square root of 2 over 25 minus 18, 25 minus 18, or 15 plus 9 square root of 2 over 7. And we're done. Very easy. All right, I want to do one more, just to point out one little thing. We have 6 over 3 minus 2 square root of 3. 3 minus 2 square root of 3. All right, and your directions will say simplify. or divide, because we're dividing the fractions. I mean, fraction is just division. And we want to multiply now by 3 plus 2 square root of 3. Again, the conjugate. 3 plus 2 square root of 3. When I distribute, 6 times 3 is 18. And 6 times 2 plus 12 square root of 3. Over, now we FOIL, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6 square root of 3. And then we have minus 6 square root of 3. And lastly, minus 2 times 2 is 4. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. So we have 4 times 3. These, as before, cancel. And we have 18 plus 12 square root of 3 over 9 minus 12, which is negative 3. So we have 18 plus 12 square root of 3 over negative 3. All right, now we have two more things to do. One, we are not allowed to have a negative in the denominator. Can't do it. So what we have to do is multiply numerator and denominator by negative 1. And what happens is this becomes a negative, the 18 becomes a negative, the 12 becomes a negative, and the 3 becomes a positive. So we get negative 18 minus 12 square root of 3 over 3. All right, no negative in denominator. No negative in the denominator. All right, lastly, I see that 18 is divisible by 3, 12 is divisible by 3, and 3 is divisible by 3. So what I do, I divide this by 3, I get 6. Divide this by 3, I get 2. Divide this by 3, and I get 1. And my final answer here is negative 6 minus 2 square root of 3. All right, I hope this made sense, and on Monday we'll be doing a few problems like this. All right, have a great day and a great weekend.